Hey everybody, it's LaRonda back again for another what I hope will be an insightful video that I hope you'll enjoy. Today I'm talking about, I'm encouraging you to slow down and take care of yourself. Today is Thursday, April 20th, and today would have been Luther Vandross's 72nd birthday. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little bit and why it's still even, he died in 2005, and that is just like such a loss, such a loss. For those of you who don't know me, I'm LaRonda Grates. I am a Black woman over 50 who decided to start this video channel because I want Black women over 50 to understand that our lives matter too, and that I care about you, and I want to encourage you. I want to use my life as an example and encourage you to take care of yourselves, and let's try to live our lives as best we can, as healthy as we can. So I am, I was trained as an educator. I was a private school educator and administrator. And after 25 years, back in January, I stopped doing that. Yes, I did stop doing it January. And so I'm 3 months into what I would call a sabbatical. You know, might be retirement, might be a sabbatical. We don't know. We are, I am trying to figure it out. I am at a very happy time in my life, having not worked for 3 months. It's one thing to not work and need to work when you are scrambling, and generally this is the time of year for schools. If you plan to be working in the fall, this is the time where there's a scramble. You're interviewing, you're trying to apply for jobs and things like that. And I am pleased to say that I'm not looking for a job. I am sitting and I am taking care of myself. And I'm trying to figure out what is next for me in my life, what will fit me and my life, what will make sense for me and my life moving forward. And that takes us back. And I have notes. That's what I'm looking down at. One of the things about when, let's go back to Luther, my all-time favorite singer. Favorite. Luther Vandross battled with his weight, and he battled with hypertension and diabetes, type 2 diabetes, which for Black people, that is quite common. And how do we take care of ourselves? So as I said, he died in 2005, and in 2005, my mother was battling dementia. And so I saw people in my life. Luther was not in my life. He was in my life because he's my favorite singer, and I was watching his career, but saw my mom and other members of my family dealing with heart conditions and diabetes and other ailments. And so when I was working, I developed a workout routine. I joined a gym, and I would get up in the morning. I would go to bed early so that I could get up. My normal rising time was about between 5 and 5:30, so I could be out of the house and in the gym before 6 o'clock, so I could get a workout in, generally on an elliptical machine or on a treadmill, and then sit in a sauna, get me a shower, and get to work before 8 a.m. That was my routine when I was working. Not working anymore. And with my move to my new city and everything, I had to come up with a new routine. and wanted it to not feel as much of pressure, right? That I'm doing the same thing. So I allow myself to sleep a little later. But I have to I'm doing my best because I live in Las Vegas, and if I am to believe all of the rumors, it's going to start getting painfully, dangerously hot. And it won't be comfortable for me to be out walking, which is I've not joined a gym since I've been here. So I'm going to be walking. And my goal every day is to walk 10,000 steps. So Monday through Friday, out, get my walk in. And I give myself 2 hours to do that. I'm not running or anything. I just give myself a couple of hours to get, that's about close to 5 miles, right? So that should keep my heart rate good. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes as well about 1.5 years ago. And so, but my numbers are so low that I can manage it through diet and exercise. So I'm determined to manage it forever through diet and exercise. I don't want to be on medication. So I try to get my walk in by 9:00 a.m. That's random. That's just me. I just want to be. So by 9:00 in the morning, I'm not a big television watcher, but I can figure out other things to do after 9:00. By the time I get in, get my shower and things like that, I can get my day started. So that's just a game that I play with myself, and then I give myself the weekends off, or at least I try to get my 5 days in, right, through the week. So if I skip a day during the week, I make that day up on the weekend or something like that. If I go to church on Sunday, then I generally won't walk on Sunday. I'll give myself that day off. And but it's all up to me because I'm not working. It's a little game I'm playing with myself and making sure that I'm taking care of myself as far as my exercise, and then my diet, same thing, cutting down on the sugar as much and junk food as much as I possibly can. And if I do kind of break my habits, I try to eat my unhealthy food early in the day, and then have a salad or something in the evening, and make sure that I get in, as I said, my steps. So I think about the stress that Luther Vandross must have been under. I mean, for those who know his, he had the talent, right? He was had such a beautiful voice, and but the tension, the stress that must have come along with being in the entertainment business, right? Luther Vandross, he battled his weight. He gained a lot of weight, and then he would lose a lot of weight, and then he would gain weight again, and that's not good for your body either. We have to make sure that we are maintaining a healthy weight. And as Black people, especially as Black women, oftentimes, I know for me, I'm almost 6 feet tall. The charts all the time have me listed as being obese or whatever, and I don't know that I subscribe to that, but I do try to keep my weight in a healthy, what I deem to be a healthy range, and as long as I don't have high blood pressure and those types of things, I'm taking care of myself in that way. And when I was working, I don't like to compare my job was more stressful than others, but I was a DEI practitioner, diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, justice, equity, social justice, whatever, in schools, and that job was stressful. And in 2023, where every single day I'm watching somebody losing their job that is doing this work, has been doing this work, etc., it's kind of stressful. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing your job for a really long time, or you just got the job 2 years ago, or last year, or this year. You know, there's probably stress related to whether or not you think that you're going to keep your job. Are you going to get fired? Is the job too stressful for you? Did you take on a job and you now discover that it's not what you thought it was going to be, and maybe you want to decide that you want to look for another job? Again, more stress. It ain't easy. They always say that it's easier to find a job when you have a job. Looking for a job while you have a full-time job is more than a notion, as they used to say. So maybe you just want to change your job. Maybe you're just tired of doing what you've been doing and you want to do something else. All of this adds to your stress level. And you have to come up with ways, especially as a Black woman over 50, you have to come up with ways to alleviate some of the stress, because you take that stress into your body. And if you take it into your body, how are you relieving that stress, right? And if it piles up, that's why we have heart disease, especially Black women. We have higher rates of heart disease, and people aren't really, the doctors don't take us seriously, and Black women fall victim to heart attacks and heart ailments at a very high rate. So please take care of yourself. So that's what this video is just about, to encourage you to do your best to take care of yourself. If you are a caregiver, many of us are. I am not anymore. Excuse me. I was in what they call that sandwich generation, where I was doing my best to care for my mom, and I was taking care of my kids, my biological children, at the same time, and working at a school. It was a lot, right? And we tend to take on so much, right? Even once we like something falls off your plate, my mom passed, and then my kids grew up, and then I was still, just working too hard, working so hard that I started to, my health started to decline. And I'm just here to encourage you, be your cheerleader. Luther Vandross, that was 54 years old, is just too young for him to have died of, he had a stroke, and then he had a heart attack. He had 52, he had the stroke, and then 2 years of living with the complications of the stroke, he had a heart attack. And I want you to make sure that you are seeing your doctors regularly, managing your weight, being careful with what you're eating, drinking your water. I always got a bottle of water, or a thermos full of water somewhere, because we want to make sure that we are maintaining this health, and that we're able to live a nice long life. I want to see you around, right? So I'm here to encourage you to slow down. Think about how you spend your days. Are you taking time to get some steps in? Are you walking? If you're working all day, some days, the days I know they're going to start to get longer because of daylight savings time, but still, can you build in 30-minute walks during your day? Can you, have you read Rest is Resistance? That sister's got something where she started what she called the nap ministry, right? Where she encourages us to take a nap. Do you ever sit down sometimes and just rest as an act of resistance? It's a resistance against that heart disease. It's resistance against overworking, right? You want to fight against these things that are aiming at you and trying to get you to constantly be going, right? Because we want you around. I heard a presenter once say that, we don't have to set ourselves on fire to keep other people warm. Who's keeping you warm? Who's taking care of you? Who's loving you? I have a habit. I was in a workshop last weekend, and a sister talked about the show Being Mary Jane, and on that show, Gabrielle Union used to be on BET. She used to use Post-it notes, affirmations, and encouragement that she would put all around her apartment, her house, and she would talk to herself and give herself encouraging words. I do that. I haven't done the Post-it notes because it seems like my mirrors are further. I have to reach over the sink or whatever, but do that. Do whatever you have to do. I encourage myself. I talk to myself in the mirror. Hey girl, how you doing? Love you. Love myself. Love yourself. When was the last time you told yourself something positive? What are the things that you're saying to yourself, that you're saying either verbally or just internally? What are the messages that you're sharing with yourself? They've got to be positive. You've got to be saying something positive to yourself. And if you've not started to do that, can I encourage you to do that? Try every day. I always tell people, any of the things that you have not been doing, budgeting your money, exercising, it just one little step. I started my exercise habit after I heard a gentleman say, start this simply. Put your shoes on. Wake up, put your shoes on. That's all you have to do for that day. Boom, you won. The next day, wake up, put your shoes on, and go to the door. High five yourself. You won that day, and then incrementally make steps, right? You don't have to start. The goal is not for you to start by doing 10,000 steps a day. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. Walk to the corner, walk to the mailbox. Next day, walk to the mailbox, to the corner, and come on back. And over the course of time, and think about, why am I doing this? I know personally, I'm doing it because I want to see my grandson grow up. I want to see my daughter and my son grow into their full adulthood, into who they are going to be as humans, as adults. I want to see. I'm sitting back watching, right? I birthed them. I brought them into the world. Now I want to be around to see them as they start to take their victory lap as adults. And it's up to me to take care of myself so that so that I can be here to do that. So that's the encouragement I have for you this week. I hope it helps. I hope that you will, if you are looking for a job, be encouraged. Whether you get rejected or you get the offer, you are still valuable. If you don't get the job, all things work the way they're supposed to work out. I believe that with every ounce of my being. If the relationship breaks up, it was the way it was supposed to be. That is what it is, right? So don't let it wear you down. Don't let it keep you down. Cry your tears, wipe your eyes, dust yourself off, and come on back and keep trying. Don't give up. I believe in you. I believe in myself. Can you tell? I believe in myself. Woo woo. I am my greatest cheerleader, and I've got some friends out here who are cheering me on as well, and I thank you for that. If you are riding with me, like, subscribe to my channel, leave some comments, let me know. Hey girl, I hear people are reaching out to me. Y'all call me. Be like, I saw your video. Like and subscribe it. Like and subscribe. That's the way this YouTube situation goes. I'm going to be away. I'm leaving tomorrow. I have to share this with you. I am taking a spiritual journey. So I am going to Israel, Palestine, and Jordan. I am going to walk the path that Abraham and Jesus walked in the Middle East. I never thought in my life, it wasn't even on I've been a Christian. I was raised in a church. People believe, think about it, whatever way you think about it. And I know what I believe. And so I never really felt that I needed to have, go to the place. It's like, I don't need to visit my mother's grave because I know that my mother was my mother. I loved her. I have her memories in my heart. I've got a few pictures as well. But I was given an opportunity through a group that I belong to, and we are going on a spiritual, they were taking this trip, and I was like, okay, I'll go. And I am excited to see who I will be, what I will be, how I will be when I return. Because I know that for me, when I went to Ghana and was able to walk through the slave castles and just think about what it must have been like for folks who look like me to have been captured and brought through that and into that water. And then I took my mother's ashes, my portion of my mother's ashes, and I returned them to that water. And so being able to go to the Middle East and dip my feet into the Dead Sea is going to be life-changing. So I'm going. I'm going to walk the path. I'm going to do some walking, do some 10,000 steps over in Palestine and Israel and that. And probably my next video will be about May 10th, just before Mother's Day. And I just wish you all the best and hope that you will, as I encourage you, take care of yourselves. Throw on some Luther Vandross. Let him sing to you about a house is not a home, probably my all-time favorite of his. But there's so many classics that he left behind. And I think he's just gone too soon. And I don't want that for you. I don't want it for myself. So take care of yourselves. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Until next time, take care. It's LaRonda. Bye.